Welcome to Algebra Level 6. I hope you enjoy the background I chose for this one. We're going to be going over equations in this video in the form ax plus b equals cx plus d. So it's pretty similar to Level 5, just with just a little bit more added to it. So for example, we could be having an a value of 5, a b value of 2, positive 2, a c value of 4, and a d value of positive 6. So there's one example. Another one might be an a value of negative 3, a b value of minus 6 or negative 6, a c value of negative 2, and a d value of negative 10. So there's the type of problems we'll be going over in this video. So let's go ahead and first look at a question here. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's try out, let's look at question number 1 from the handout. And it's got 4x plus 6 equals 2x plus 8. So right off the bat, we can see that we have two x terms on opposite sides of the equation. So here's our two sides of the equation. So we've got an x term on the left side and an x term on the right side. So from the last lesson, you remember that that's a bad thing. We want to make sure all of our x terms are together on the same side. So we have two options. We can choose which side of the equation we want the x to be on. It could be on the left or it could be the right. Usually for me, it's easier if the x is on the left, but that's just a habit, I guess. So for me, if I want to get rid of this 2x and only have x values on the left side, how do I get rid of this positive 2x? I would subtract 2x, because 2x minus 2x is 0. So I'm going to minus that, and now I'd do the same thing on this side. So essentially those will cancel out. So all we'll be left with on this side, oh sorry, let me switch to black here. So on the right side of the equation, all we'll be left with is an 8, or positive 8. We've still got this plus 6 here, and if we do 4x minus 2x, we would get 2x. Just like if you had 4 cats and took away 2 cats, you'd have 2 cats left. Now actually, we're pretty familiar with the equation like this. This is back from level 2, I think, whereas ax plus b equals c. So now we just need to get rid of this plus 6, so I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. Those will cancel out, and we'll be left with 2x equals 8 minus 6, which is 2. And finally, we would divide both sides by 2, or you can just think 2 times what equals 2, and that's definitely got to be a 1. So that wasn't too bad. I think the tricky part is just understanding how to get all of your x terms on one side of the equation. So let's check that answer real quick. So we got an x value of 1. So let me change color here. So on the left side, if I'm going to replace x with 1, so it's going to be 4 times 1 plus 6. 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 plus 6 is 10. So now let's compare that to the right side, which is 2x plus 8. So I'm going to replace x with 1. So it's 2 times 1 plus 8, which is 2 plus 8, and that is indeed 10. So since we've got the same answer on both sides, we've definitely got the right answer. Okay, let's go ahead and try another one. How about question number, let's do question number 8. 10x minus 20 equals 5x minus 5. So once again, I'm going to get rid of the x term on the right side of the equation. I'm going to move it over here by subtracting it because it's positive 5x. So I'm going to minus 5x and do the same thing over here. Notice, by the way, that I'm writing the minus 5x below the 10x. It'd be silly to write it underneath the minus 20 because they're not like terms. Alright, so 10x minus 5x gets me positive 5x. I've still got this minus 20. These are canceled out, and we're left with minus 5 or negative 5. Alright, next step. I'm going to add 20 to both sides to get rid of that 20. So those will cancel out, and you'll be left with 5x equals negative 5 plus 20, and that would be 15. So 5 times 3 is 15, so x would be 3 there. Okay, let's just check that real quick, make sure we've got it done right. So on the left side, we would be doing 10 times x, well, x is 3, minus 20. 10 times 3 is 30, 30 minus 20 is 10. And on the right side, it's 5x minus 5, so 5 times 3 minus 5. And that's 15 minus 5, which is also 10, so we've got the right answer. All right, let's go on to another one. Let's do question 14. It's a bit trickier. And that one says 2x minus 24 equals negative 30 minus x. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is, once again, I'm going to get rid of the x term on the right side of the equation. But this time I'm not going to be subtracting, I'm going to be adding, because as you can see there's already a minus sign in front of the x, so the opposite would be to add an x, and that would cancel those out. And I'll do the same thing to the left side. That cancels out. So 2x plus x would get me 3x, because remember there's an invisible coefficient of 1 there. So we have 3x minus 24 equals negative 30. Next up, I'm going to get rid of this minus 24 by adding 24 to both sides, canceling those out, and we're left with 3x equals negative 30 plus 24. That would be negative 6. Last step, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. Negative 3. Oh, sorry, no, not negative 3. What am I doing? Just 3. Okay, so those 3's cancel out, and you're left with x equals negative 6 divided by 3, which is positive, oh, no, sorry, negative 2. Okay, let's double check that answer of negative 2. Okay, on the left side, I'm going to be doing 2 times x, which we figured out was negative 2, minus 24. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, so negative 4 minus 24 would be negative 28. On the right side, I've got negative 30 minus x, and we figured out that x was negative 2. So we've got 2 negatives here. That becomes a plus, so this is actually negative 30 plus 2, which would be negative 28. So we've got the same answer. Okay, cool. I think I'll just do one more just to make sure you understand this. One of the last ones. How about we do question number 19? That is negative 12x plus 3 equals negative 47 minus 7x. Alright, step 1, we are going to get rid of this minus 7x by adding 7x to both sides, canceling those out. So we've got that negative 47 left there, plus 3. So negative 12 plus 7 would get me negative 5, so it's negative 5x. Okay, next up I'm going to get rid of this plus 3 by subtracting 3 from both sides, canceling those out, and we'd be left with negative 5x equals negative 47 minus 3, that would be negative 50. Last step, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 5, canceling those out, and we get an answer of x equals positive 10. I know I went through that example really quickly, but hopefully you can just rewatch it if it was too fast for you. Yeah, I'm not going to bother checking that answer. So that's it for this video. Just remember that the first thing you need to do in whenever you have an x on both sides of the equation is to get rid of one of them. Decide which side you want the equation or the variable to be on.